Hello, Speed Gaming 2, and welcome to another Link to the Past Randomizer daily race. My name is Krellbell, and I'm joined by my co-commentator this evening, Zerubian. Good evening, Ruby. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you, Bell?
I am excellent, and I have been very much looking forward to this ever since I saw it show up on the Speed Gaming daily schedule, because this mode is called Casual Boots Crosskeys, and this is a mode that I created. This mode has my name in every seed that's rolled. You can roll one yourself with Sahasrabot, with Krellbell / Casual Boots Crosskeys, and the definition of this mode, as you'll figure out very quickly, is not the standard escape sequence of normal casual boots, but it does still have the starting boots and starting sword. And I got a lot of flack for that decision.
And you're still gonna get it because it's a misnomer and a half, and you know it.
Yep. But it's the way that I made the mode. It's the way that I wanted it to be played, and people seem to be enjoying it so far. There's aside from that, it is, I would say, like 95% the same as you would imagine from just Crosskeys, just the starting boots and a sword, and a million tiny little minor differences, because this is rolled on the Dorando code base, which has a bunch of different algorithms, which hopefully we won't need to talk about too much, because that's boring and complicated.
There is one we'll just point out, but we might want to wait until we get to that. We already see we're having boots early on, and this isn't pseudo boots. This is actual Pegasus boots on your feet out the gate, so you can bonk into stuff. And Jesse showed us that we have a connector to the Dark World right next to Link's house.
Yep, that the ability to check that entrance right from the get-go, kind of. I want to say it tends to push people towards earlier Hyrule Castle checks, like we're seeing from both our runners now.
And there's something else that we get to do with these boots too, is we can open this wall without bombs and get the back of escape checks free of charge.
Yep. And we see Orange going for the early money. Ooh, and so in addition to this being a new mode that everyone can run, there is also a Casual Boots Crosskeys tournament going on, and I participated in that tournament, and I think in almost every seed of this format that I've ever played, even though the mode has starting sword, for some reason the second sword always comes early in this mode.
I don't think anyone would complain, just because of how much nicer it is to have Master Sword as opposed to, sometimes in regular Crosskeys or even pseudo boots, you're running around with no sword for a very long time.
Yep.
Actually had that in an inverted Key Sanity seed where I didn't see a sword for over an hour. Like, ugh.
Yeah, and I remember one of the common complaints about pseudo boots Crosskeys was people tend to get frustrated by, what is Orange doing? He's picking up using the bomb thrower's bomb as a weapon.
Orange is doing something that some Crosskeys players will do if they want some resource information. We did see that we have 80 rupees as a probably tier 2 tree pull, maybe tier 1. So he knocked down a couple guards to see what the next other tier that he could check easily would be. And just single rupees on that one.
Oh, okay.
Interestingly, even with boots... Oh, dear. Raise your hand if you've never done that before. I shouldn't see any hands in the air. With the boots, it makes it easier to get over to Kakariko, and even when you have a pretty awful spawn point, like Sanctuary being at the castle, makes it kind of redundant. We might be seeing Orange run left here, especially without the ability to get bombs easily, but no. It looks like he's going to do exactly what Radical Sniper's done and head into the eastern area.
Yeah, I like this play. There aren't any orphans created in this direction by no gloves.
To answer a question in chat, how many runners do we have tonight? There are 19 participants at this late o'clock hour in the United States on a Wednesday night playing this Casual Boots Crosskeys.
Yep. I think uh, it's just Crosskeys. People just like Crosskeys, and no matter no matter what flavor.
19 people out of their minds, we say. I think it's 19 people ready to game is what I'd say.
Yep,
We're going to see this Turtle Rock east to west, which is not expected in Logic without Kane or Hookshot, but that won't stop you anyway. Oh, actually, okay, I mean, I can see this with a Master Sword.
Oh, going through and checking the Chain Chomp and Big Key Chest, yeah.
Yes, I mean, going key for a key here is fine, because there's 4 TR keys in the pool. If the back of TR is just available, then you don't care if you see anything more than one. Really smart getting everything just out of his way. Jesse's going to be able to spin this guy without problem. Although he really can't take a hit here, Elk.
Oh yeah, he's in one-hit kill territory.
Something about 3 heart screen mail doesn't exactly do well in the second to last dungeon of the game. Yeah, and Orange will probably make the same call after he has a gander here. Does he does have a TR small. So he would be inclined to go key for a key here on the Pokey and get that beautiful piece of parchment that was sitting behind 4 keys.
And I guess we've seen both Spike Cave and Mimic Cave.
Yeah, all the Hammerlock stuff just sitting here on the right side of the world is kind of nice. We might also see Orange just decide to see where this connection goes.
Okay, there we go.
And Radical Sniper did show us rather, important to note where your resources...
Oh,
oh no! Chain Chomp, hop in the right spot at the wrong time. And, there is Turtle Rock's west popping out, and there's the well.
Oh no. So maybe we'll be seeing an Agate Tower clear for those extra 5 items.
Yeah, Chain Chomps is in Logic with the knowledge of where that west exit is. So we might see them run back to it at some point. It doesn't require any items or any keys.
That's always an irritating Sphere 1 chest to be hanging over your head for a very long time. So I think that's a pretty familiar situation for Crosskeys veterans to be going through the middle of TR on very, very low %.
So while we have a quick moment as they're just kind of poking through the forest, about to hit all the meat and potatoes, let's shout out our trackers tonight. 2 friends very familiar with the Crosskeys scene. We've got Lady Laura Linda and Lana Bean, and they're showing us everything that we miss in text. Because we'll miss a lot. There's a lot to see here, even if we're only watching 2 screens.
Oh, yeah. Yep, we'll be doing our best to keep everyone informed, but Crosskeys can always be a little bit of a blur. It's awfully nice of our 2 runners to be mostly following in each other's footsteps, making this early game a little bit easier to follow.
Yeah, it doesn't usually stay that way, though, especially when you start seeing items of progression pop up and give you multiple different choices of things you can do.
Oh, and we've seen it a few times already, but worth making note of, the another one of the minor differences between the software this seed was generated with compared to most Crosskeys seeds is that it has an updated font. I think I forget which branch got that first. Did that come from SMZ3 first?
I thought SMZ3 changed to something else even, because I know that they're forking off of the main branch in general. So Orange showing us that this little bonk rock here gives you a free bomb. You can use that in casual boots or in this mode and enjoy your resources at no extra charge. And we did see Ganon on Orange's side of the screen. He showed us that Ganon is sitting at Sanctuary today, so no real bells and whistles to have to jump into to get to the pig, although we do have that well lingering in the back of our minds now.
Yep, that will be agate tower, wherever that ends up, that will be potentially a pivotal choice between our two runners.
How about this first dungeon, Thieves Town? 4 free checks to grab at, and relatively easy death warp to do at the end here.
Yeah, nice to run into this when you have 4, well, now 5 hearts. Makes the death warp nice and quick.
You just walk through fire. Man, I love it when you get a frame roll on some of the projectile attacks. It's great. You feel like you feel invincible for a moment.
It's always when you want to get hit that everything gets out of your way.
Well, we're not picking that up. Well, maybe these guys won't. It's my favorite item in the whole game. The single arrow, also known as the, hey, you wish I was anything else.
One of the unique items of the game.
So, 10.5-minute tempered sword. And free information.
Oh my goodness. And I will just step out just for a second. I'll be right back.
And just like that, we've got divergent paths, and we're going to see, oh, okay, this is an item check for Radical Sniper, and I feel like he'll probably grab it and then just walk right back out. Or, you know, in the case of a piece of heart, you see as both runners decide, nah, that's not worth going out of my way for. That glove, though, that glove sitting in Hera's map chest is a pretty big deal. There's the other side of Spectacle Rock. That's one of those you just reach over for your mouse on your tracker and click. Be done with it. We have a Thieves Hideout drop showing us another piece of heart. Nice and vanilla. So we won't be needing to come back for that. And there is one of those many multi-item entrances that you'd like to see earlier than later. It's Hype Cave. It's the top of Super Money Cave. So we got a pod key. And the slippery chest that you'll have to get a firm grip on to open. There's your TR key 2. Ice Big Key on the other side, and some free HP. So, you know, little odds and ends here and there. Nothing really too groundbreaking just yet, but it's still early. And we will cross paths again, and this time we have yet another dungeon. It is the back of Skull Woods, another thing that is nice to know about. I would see either of these two guys go ahead and grab the lamp and take care of Moth that way, but I don't think that's really... It's a little premature to be saying we're going to go out of our way to do that. And Orange is going to continue now in this direction. Radical Sniper will pick up his glove and see that Tower of Hera is just here. And interesting, not really any ways out of CAC right now. The only connection I think we saw was the Spectacle Rock that both ends that drop down from. We don't know where it goes just yet. Could go somewhere we'd like to be. Could go absolutely nowhere, like the top of Light Bumper or something. The little descent exit from the vanilla game if you're going down off the mountain. Does Chain Chomp Room have to have something? No, we still have a lot of entrances that we haven't poked at and a couple connections we haven't taken. Especially with that glove, we have entrances that weren't available previously that we can now go to. Like the 50 rupee farming rock in the direction of desert. in the Rock by Ice Rod Cave over in the Flute 8 region. It also puts Zora in logic, and as you can see, we've got the means to get up above 500 rupees. No problem there, especially with 80 on a tree pole. The problem is less Tempered Moth and more how do you... I mean, do you have to spend a little time dealing with the Gibdos for a little while? It really depends on runner preference here. Now, Orange finds the joke, and they're both going to run out to this south gate here to see what these last 3 CAC entrances have, I think. There's Meyer Shed. We're finding all the 2 item caves already. Not all of them, but a good chunk of them. Here's some more free bombs. You're going to see it in the early game, especially when you're already this well kitted with a tempered sword, that runners are really not inclined to go out of their way to pick up HP. Here's the other side of Super Bunny. Thanks, game. All
right,
one first.
I'm back. Hello.
Hi.
Sorry about that. So I stepped away when our runners were in the same place, and I come back, and our runners are in the same place.
They've kind of crossed over each other a few times, and now they're also finding jokes that the seed already had for us here. And we might see a save and quit. We might see a run back from Orange. Orange is... I think he's thinking the same thing that Radical Sniper's thinking, and we're going to go ahead and drop through Spectacle Rock. Actually, he's feeling like he wants to get spin speed. At some point, it's just not worth it.
Yep.
Did you know that single frame taps and pressing buttons at the same time is hard?
Oh, don't I know it.
It's impossible. I don't know how people are able to do it. They must be robots.
Just doing things within the same...
Oh my god.
60th of a second.
So, Spectacle Rock is wholesale useless. Good to know. Ooh, that is the DMD cave. The cave that gets you off the mountain that we are not going to see our runners chase just yet.
Yeah, I guess following through with that connector would kind of orphan these entrances down here. Or just this one, I guess.
Well, we have a glove, too. There was a glove in Hera's map chest.
Oh, I see.
So it makes more sense, I think, to go along South Hyrule here. And, these two, no stranger to the mode, Radical Sniper 99 and Orange, are actually, to some degree, I would say they're also respectively Crosskeys players for their league teams and good solo players of their own right. I would say that meeting minds here makes a lot of sense.
Absolutely. Yeah, both very familiar faces in the competitive Crosskeys scene in general. Hey, a bottle.
Always nice to find a bottle before you find Sick Kid in an awful spot, like Mimic Cave or something.
Just like it's nice to find a turn-in mushroom before finding Potion Shop, because that's one that can be very hard to remember to go back and do. Although I believe we've already seen Potion Shop in the seed.
We've seen Potion Shop, we've seen the Smith, we've seen... we've seen Mimic Cave, Spike Cave, the Arrow game. What haven't we seen? What unique entrances are missing? Because outside of dungeons, I don't think there's much. We're missing Sahasrara. We're missing the library, which is one check that's, honestly, it's just a free check in this mode.
Yeah, we've seen a whole bunch of the EG2 entrances, and yet none of the lucrative ones.
And here you go with the desert entrance just chilling out under the rock. That'll give us something to do in just a moment here, but we want to see this right here is what you want to see, and that map showing us that this TR is a crystal bell.
Ah, nice.
Why is that there exactly? It's in its vanilla location. Of course it is.
Vanilla location, yeah.
It's not actually its vanilla location.
It would have been funnier if that was a TR small and laser bridge.
You know what? Can we call that its vanilla location? Because this TR is at the Ice Rod Cave area.
Oh, you know? Yeah, that's a good point.
So Orange is going to go ahead and say, you know what, it doesn't matter. I have 2 keys. I can bump the door anytime. It's a good BK, but close enough. And right back to Divergence converging on itself.
And perfect sync. Now I think, I mean, obviously going through desert here and following connectors and getting a couple items totally makes sense. But if desert hadn't been here, I think they would have been able to arm a Boots Water Walk on that on the laser bridge.
No, I'm with you. I think you could, actually,
Yeah.
as long as you're dashing along the edge of the water. The edge of the water. That's what you'll be doing after you've dashed on the edge of the bridge. Nice
There's
spot
a hammer.
for a hammer, yeah. Oh, here we go.
All right, a fork appears.
Command? There's wrong randomizer for that.
One goes left, one goes center.
One
left appears to be...
What? You got chocolate in my peanut butter. You got peanut butter in my chocolate.
Oh my goodness. So orange connectors leading to connectors. Oh my goodness. All right, so...
Oh my gosh. Now where's the west side?
I really hope it leads to like the Fairy Ascent. I hope it leads somewhere in Death Mountain.
Watch this be it that Jesse just walked into. Nope, it's items. We like that. Now Orange taking a death warp here. He's probably going to finish the front of escape. We don't need that stinking key to go through Hyrule Castle escape.
Now, do we have they already found the back of have they already found the Sanctuary dropdown, or have they determined by process of elimination that it's at the pyramid dropdown?
Oh no, it's at we saw it. It's at Hyrule Castle.
Oh, you're right. We saw them bonk. Yeah,
so
we saw them bonk it open.
They demonstrated that you have real boots by using them to open the back of escape without bombs.
Right.
It's also why we haven't seen our runners spawn at Sanctuary. Because Sanctuary is just in a terrible spot.
Oh, yeah, you never like it there. Yeah, for a moment I thought that that Orange was doing that to set up to save Scum this key to potentially get the items in the back of the logic. But I forgot that he had already done that.
I'm going to say he set it up to get the Death Warp back to the main door so that he can just go to Dark Cross from there.
Oh, okay. Alright, so here's Radical Sniper heading into the middle connector to follow in Orange's footsteps. Let's see if Orange goes back and chases that left connector to clear out Death Mountain and then converge.
The left connector was out of Desert.
Left connector?
So it was the left of Desert put him out, put Radical Sniper out on East Death Mountain. We haven't seen left of Hyrule Castle yet.
That sounds right, yes. Have we seen... Oh, did Orange walk out of the center of Hyrule Castle to potentially get Link State? Okay.
He tried to get Link State, or at least ascertain the logical status of this Hyrule Castle, but he hasn't gone out the west door yet. The main door actually puts you out at the Laser Bridge exit, so nothing really helpful there.
That's right.
And right now he's just cleaning up Hyrule Castle, because wouldn't you know, these are actually just checks you can grab. Although, not very helpful. Now, being that you entered this castle in a Dark World state, that does change the rats over to crickets like you see in Thieves Town, and that'll take care of the Death Warp pretty handily here.
Yeah, that's convenient right now. Convenient when it leads to a faster intentional death. It's always a little scary when so often that leads to a much faster unintentional death.
Well, it is apparently bunny walk time for Orange. He's not interested in going back for Desert, so we are going to see some parts of the Dark World.
That is interesting. That's leaving a lot of entrances behind, but it looks like those entrances didn't lead to very much for
Oh, watch this be it.
Sniper.
It really was it! Oh, are you kidding
Wow!
me? No way!
Oh boy, that is going
Oh,
to.
oh
So
no! Watch
we
this
have
be it, is what I said.
that is in logic. Bunny walking to the sick kid is in logic even in non-entrance. That's in logic in inverted.
Yeah.
It's very rare, and in the tournament of this mode, it's sort of becoming meta, I would say, to deprioritize bunny walking a little bit, just because, well, you always have boots, and so anytime you spend walking, if your moon pearl was just in the light world instead, well, you could have been running instead. So I wouldn't be surprised to see some runners be quite late to that moon pearl.
Yeah, Orange has to feel like he just played the 50-50 and won the jackpot right here.
Yeah.
There's very few instances where you actually get a payout by walking around as Bunny to talk to an NPC, and the first NPC you talk to just gives you a moon pearl. And that's in a bad spot too, because we don't know of a lot of ways to get to the Dark World from right now. Just that connection chain, which all 3 entrances to Hyrule Castle were through the Dark World.
Right. Oh my goodness. So you logically have to go to. Oh gosh, it's going to take people forever to get back there, because you have to go walk all the way. Well, it's nice that you have boots, but you have to walk all the way to Ice Rod Cave and then go into desert, go at desert mid to Hyrule Castle, and then Hyrule Castle left, and then bunny walk to Dark Sanctuary. Oh, that's quite a chain for a moon pearl.
So here's something that's gonna be. We were gonna eventually get around to talking about this, but now that we're here, we should talk about the biggest single quirk that Rolling This on the Doors branch has introduced to our runners during the tournament, Bill.
You call it a quirk. I call it an absence of a quirk. In the entrance randomizer code base, there is I think it's similar to the V29 behavior of guaranteeing a small key in the Skullwoods pinball chest. I believe that went away in V30, if I remember correctly, and it's still there in normal entrance randomizer Crosskeys seeds you run today. It's been, some people love it, some people hate it, a lot of people don't care much about it, but however you feel about it, as Orange is about to demonstrate to us, that is not the case in this flavor of entrance rando. This chest is not guaranteed to be a Skullwood small key, and in fact, I remember the very first time I ran not this mode, but Assured Boots, starting Boots Crosskeys seed, racing against Orange. I think he joined the race late and missed my reminder that, oh, this is on a different branch. You don't have the guaranteed Skullwood small key. And he had to forfeit because the hookshot was there. And I felt so bad. But fortunately, for anyone who does forget it, that was only rupees today.
It does have one specific thing that we have to look out for now. Kind of like we look for the Swamp Small to be able to enter Swamp Palace at all. You need one Skullwood Small to be able to get to Moth if you take that pot key and check the front checks.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and that can be that's always a surprising speed bump when it does. You know, it's the kind of thing that you never think about, and then the 1 in a million seed where it's like, oh my gosh, is the Skullwood small really my go mode?
It could be worse. It could be like a TR small or pod small. Imagine pod small go mode just because you played the 50-50 wrong. Speaking of pods, we are in Palace of Darkness right now. Orange having 2 keys can actually go to the back and clean up quite a bit.
Yeah, and I suspect that after Orange kind of hitting the jackpot with that that bunny walking to Moon Pearl after that connector chain. We had a lot of sync very early in the seed, and I expect we're going to get a huge amount of divergence at this point.
Yeah, that Moon Pearl is going to just... There's a ton and a half of things that Orange can do now. And not having the Moon Pearl, Jesse's going to be poking around at so much else that Orange will not be doing. Nice flute.
Yeah, and where was this entrance to Pod? Was this Moon Pearl locked?
Yeah, this is in Village of Outcasts.
Okay.
I think it was chess game. Someone want to set me straight here? We are going to see a mimic clip from Orange. He is quite good at this. Take care of these two guys. Hold on to the wall, and we'll see the red mimic go bye-bye in just a moment.
Yep, looks like he's doing it unbuffered, so just little flicks on the D-pad. It's fascinating to see people who are good and fast at this, and Orange is making quick work of it.
It buffer those last couple just to make darn sure that it gets off the screen there, and there he goes. These two checks blocked by a bow. Can actually have the second bow if you really want to have a silvers. Or, today, probably a whole lot of nothing. Yep, just a whole lot of nothing, see? And this is not the easiest death warp to do, which is why we're not gonna. We don't have to. We got boots, we have hammer. We can just bonk back across and then reset the switch.
Yep, unfortunately, no Cane of Samaria, so we can't do the glitch that is technically called extended auto stairs, and nobody calls it that.
Everyone calls it the pod clip. I don't know why, because I've never wanted to make that face when I saw it.
All right, and Orange coming back here with 0 pod smalls. So,
well, that's a big key of Skullwood. So that's thanks, game. I was just there.
So this could be potentially interesting if Sniper gets here a little bit later and with more pod smalls. That Harmless Hellway chest will be very difficult for. It's quite orphaned by Orange's routing here. Gets a Thieves' Big for his trouble.
Yeah, and we did see Jesse pick up a pod small in the Meyer Big chest also. So already has one more key than we saw in here. That's one thing that we can open that Orange currently cannot.
Yep. It's always interesting when you see a situation like that where something that looked like it was going to be a big early advantage turns out to be a disadvantage in the end. Of course, we won't know if that's the case here until much later.
Oh, good, a mushroom. Let's see if we consider turning that in, or we want to hold on to it until we see the Cane of Samaria. Well, hello, Cape. So now I'm thinking about Spike Cave, because that is very much on the table here, and it's also right around the corner.
Oh, yeah.
It was Eastern entrance for Spike Cave, I think. Either that or Saha's Hut.
I believe Eastern entrance, yeah. Don't remember what was at Saha.
I want to say it was the Spike Cave that we're talking about. Oh, I was wrong. It was Sea House was the pod entrance. One side of the village or the other was right.
Yep. But that pearl locked flute, that'll give Orange some nice early mobility.
Here's one you want to keep note of, even though you really don't want to have to. Here's the castle tower. Speaking of the Cane of Samaria, excuse me, game.
Oh boy. Well, talking about things that things that Moon Pearl could theoretically draw Orange away from. Orange has access to a whole lot more entrances than Sniper does right now, and so it may take him quite a while to get back to Eastern for Spike Cave. Well, especially because he doesn't have the doesn't have an item to put it in logic.
Yeah, oh my, here is Ganon's Tower. And while we don't have the hook shot here in Ganon's Tower, This might be a moment where you decide you want to go down the left side, or at the very least, to Stalfos' room. To see what you can unearth here.
Yeah, with the boots, these... I believe Orange is very comfortable with these bomb jumps. And two GT smalls. So he won't be... He can full clear the left side without putting him in an unfortunate situation with regards to GT smalls. So I wouldn't be too surprised to see him full clear left side here.
The only thing in this situation that I'd be a little bit afraid of would be leaving the big chest.
Now that's interesting. Sniper with... have we seen the front of TR?
No, not as of yet. Although you really don't want to spend your key unless you really have to. Well, he has 2 keys, so he could have gone to the front of TR, no problem. That's an extra exit to check out, and
yeah, because we've
one
already
more
seen. Yeah, I don't think it's in. No, it's not in logic because it's certainly not in logic.
No, to have logical back to front or middle to front, the game's asking you to have all 4 keys. Here's Bumper.
Yeah, the weird case I was thinking of is if you don't have access to Laser Bridge, like if Laser Bridge, if that exit is inaccessible, I think that changes the key logic.
I'm going to say this once. You'd probably know better than I would. All right, so we have seen access to west side of Death Mountain.
Oh, that's kind of nice for Sniper, because he'll probably be quite a bit later to that flute that Orange found, because that was Moon Pearl locked. So the fact that Sniper has another way there means he'll get access to these entrances.
Yeah, in this particular instance, having some way to a series of checks that you otherwise don't even know how you're supposed to be able to get to is pretty nice. You know, getting all these entrances out of the way. And possibly even finding yourself in a situation where you get the other 2 entrances on the dark side of the mountain, too. And if any one of them connects you to mainland Dark World, you might have to. Yeah, Orange has picked up the Swamp Big Key now in Rando Room, and I believe that's every big key that you don't really need to get to bosses in their respective dungeons that we picked up already. Except for maybe Hera, but Hera is, of course, a technicality on the hookshot being available.
Yes, all the useless smalls. Or all the fetch quest small keys.
Oh, big keys, but...
Or, yes.
Speaking of fetch quest small keys, here's one on the library that could put us somewhere. How about GT? That actually, the knowledge of that key puts this play into logic, going behind Ice Armos.
Yep. And assuming our tracker is correct, Orange is about to create another orphaned chest here with the GT big chest. Although, where's he going now?
He's going to exit the conventional way, because there's no easy way to death warp from here.
Yep.
He might at least spike himself in this room. No, he wants to walk out. Honestly, that's fair.
Meanwhile, Sniper finds the dam, but it's right next to that flute spot, so Orange will probably find that shortly.
And that was our last sword in the dam also. So we now know... Not even going to bonk that open, huh? Okay. We now know where all of our offensive niceties are, with the exception of, mails, shields, and bows. Bows are nice to have. Oh, okay. He's just going to mark that connection off because we saw that other door in Kakariko.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
Radical Sniper did find blue mail. I think that was in Mire. actually. So we have a little bit of defense, but not necessarily what you'd like to have here. I mean, for survival longevity, you'd probably prefer like a powder or a bug net or something along those lines.
Hmm. And Sniper finds the, I think that was Pyramid Fairy, but because he doesn't have the Moon Pearl or a mirror that would allow him to glitch his way into it, he has to leave those 2 chests behind.
So he might actually be going out the other way of desert now, which we know is not very helpful.
Hmm.
Now we do have the back of desert. We're having sitting there in the Swamp Palace area. So no desert big key, but we know where it is. There's your Swamp Small.
Hey.
Oh, damn Swamp Small, and I don't think we've seen it yet.
Yeah, the actual swamp entrance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so I guess Sniper's checking the crystal roller chest here.
Yep, this is one way you can get there if you don't have the big key. It'll ask you to have the lamp to make this logical, but you know what? Just hold up.
Yeah, I wonder if Sniper will continue this all the way out the front.
If you're just joining us, this is tonight's daily race of the Link to the Past randomizer circuit here on Speed Gaming 2. We are running in an experimental doors branch rolled casual boots crosskeys. So you'll see that the text appears to be a little bit different. Don't be alarmed. This is your usual everyday randomizer, just different.
It's with a fresh coat of paint.
I didn't pick this color. Yeah, and the reason we have to run the doors branch for casual boots crosskeys, as it's called, is because entrance randomizer on the main branch of the Discord, huh? Of the where are we going with this? Basically, right now, entrance randomizer does not allow for starting items, but the experimental door branch does.
Yep. So, you can do pseudo boots because pseudo boots is just just a flag that you can apply to any seed through the Sahabat API. But if you want any other actual starting items other than pseudo boots or a sword,
all right. And here is Radical Sniper's Moon Pearl at 4206.
Ah, right.
It's convenient that it's here of all places.
Yeah, that's
there could have been any number of entrances. You just go off a beaten path and never get to that. So this is going to feel kind of nice, if not maybe a little bit like a late sting for Radical Sniper.
Yeah, still only 42 minutes in. So yeah, I don't think he did that many particularly unfortunate dips into a whole bunch of areas.
The only one I might be a little bit worried about would be that dive into Mire, just because we went in there without fire.
Oh,
he did have the big key though, but he found Kane after going in. So even in that circumstance, you might prefer to go in with the means to clear. And so we're going and looking for Moon Pearl. Adds an extra dip, and every dive into Mire takes some time to get through Mire too.
Yep, and Orange using the bonk lineup for that free fake flippers and making sure to enter the water from the left to avoid
making sure
hit.
to get sniped by that Dark Octorok on the opposite end of the screen, as one does when they pick up that rock in the nearest spot. Here's Hookshot Cave sitting here in Dark Shopping Mall.
Ah.
And I believe that's probably where we're going to head out, because plenty of other ways you can take advantage of getting over to the pod area without having already a glove and a hammer.
Oh yeah, with glove, hammer, and flute, Orange will have no trouble getting over there. I think a mirror would be a good find for Orange in this situation, because that might make him head up to Pod and then mirror over to Spike Cave, which we know has that cane.
Because he did find the cane of Burna in his travels somewhere. I didn't see. Oh my god!
Oh,
why? Well. Okay, this is how you know we're playing a daily race on speed gaming. The content makes itself, folks.
Oh boy!
Imagine hookshot in hookshot cave.
Yeah.
Bonk shot, hookshot in a boot start mode. You never would have thunk it, right?
Yeah. Now Orange did set up for the hover there by killing that berry, but I don't think Orange's routing was. I don't think Orange's routing was particularly influenced by that. Like even if you can't hover, you would still check that.
You know, Bell. That is a flipper blocked hookshot.
Flipper blocked hookshot. Because where was that entrance to?
The other side of Hookshot Cave is currently at the top of the castle. It's either flipper or mirror blocked, and I'm going to guess with Swamp Palace also being up there, the game probably wants us to find flippers.
Hmm.
And also Swamp being one of our 5/6. It's a known required crystal.
That'll be interesting to keep in mind. Gosh, imagine mirror blocking Swamp.
I know, right? Like physically and physically. In two different ways of physicality here. I don't remember if we saw Orange pick up that ether. I think we did. Yeah, he's used it in GT, actually, so he has it. And another thing about entrance is those two entrances at Meyer and TR, while sometimes really gated as to what the game expects you to get in them, you don't want something to be behind them if you don't find any coins.
Alright, so keep an eye on Sniper to see if he can pick up... Well, he only has 3 small keys, so... 3 small keys. I don't... Or no, 3 does let you open up Harmless Cellar, right?
This might be a situation where you might take a Death Warp and save scum the big key chest, or you might YOLO Harmless Hellway while you're back there. But some runners also opt to keep this key in case this is a crystal, and you don't find another pod key before you hit go mode. Just by happenstance of routing. More likely than not, you'll end up with 5 or 6 keys by the time that comes into play. But it's better to have the key and not spend it than it is to be searching for a key and not have it.
Yeah, I can see how that might be the kind of decision where you choose differently based on how close you are to go mode.
And even without having any extra keys, this is still a 10-item checked system that you can go through here.
Oh, yeah.
That we'll see Radical Sniper will also mimic it. Let's see if he buffers his or just goes at it. Yeah, he's bufferless. I'm telling you, I don't want to play against either of these guys with progression on right side of pod because I'd be screwed. Speaking of flippers, behind the big key that we just found.
Nice.
Which, remind me, where was that Thieves' big key?
I think it was here in pod.
It's logically locked behind a Thieves' Town small. That is... Does that track?
Oh, because it's in the...
In the attic,
Wait,
yeah.
because flippers were in the attic, so flippers are blocked behind... Huh, interesting.
So we are going to see first blood drawn here in just a moment as we are going all the way to this cell here to pick up the maiden and fight her upstairs.
Yeah.
You wouldn't hit a girl, would you? Luckily, blind is not actually a girl. So there's the Skullwoods big. I thought we saw the Thieves big. It's in the dark somewhere. Was it in Dark Maze?
I think it was like right here.
It might have
Let's see
been.
if I
It's one of
remember
these
correctly.
two. It might have been
Nope.
on the left.
Hey,
There it is. Okay. So so that's
that was
also
almost
lamp
right.
locked. So lamp block flippers, Thieves Town small block flippers.
Oh my
And
goodness.
we also need another pod small to put that in logic. So this is why we just, when you play Crosskeys, you just take logic and throw it out the window. And there's a
Yeah.
Meyer small and Harmless Hellway. We see Jesse has determined he wants to spend this key. He'll probably find another one, so why not?
Yeah, one of the fun things that people have been getting used to in this mode is how the key logic is a little bit more advanced than the old. The rules of Mothula is always locked by 3 small keys, and the Dark Maze is always locked by 6 pod small keys, except for sometimes. And you know the rules are a little bit more flexible, or more complicated, or weirder. The software is just capable of doing slightly more complex logic chains, which I think might be coming to a much wider audience in the V32 timeframe. Rumor has it.
You know, V32, whenever it happens, I'm sure it will
Yeah,
someday.
any day now.
It'll be done when
Oh,
it's done.
I told myself I was gonna keep an eye out for the Harmless Hellway item.
So it was a Meyer small key. We saw Radical Sniper open it and keep it optionally for one reason or another.
Okay. All right, and that's 2 dungeons down for Orange.
Was that
And a
Mitts
miss.
on Moldorm behind the Harabid? Wow.
All right. Oh my gosh, there's so much out of logic.
You know what? Again, I would just, anybody who's ever played Crosskeys, or even Key Sanity on its own, just once, try to force yourself to stay in logic.
Yeah.
And to that, I would say to you, my friend, good luck.
Good luck. Yeah, I can imagine how much. And it's always fun trying to think back after you finish, is you trying to think back of, okay, what did the logic actually want me to do? Because right now, oh my gosh, Orange's mitts are out of logic, flippers are out of logic. The hook shot, no, the hook shot's out of logic. Everything's out of logic.
You know what puts the hook shot back in logic would be the mirror, if that shows up somewhere. And this is a check that we're gonna see Radical Sniper do that Orange was not able, because he does not currently have the Cane of Samaria. We're gonna see Tile Room, otherwise known as the active coffee break.
I think
the marathon
Thieves
run.
Small. I think the Thieves Small puts that hook shot in logic.
I think you're right. I think you're right, just because the Thieves Small gives you flippers. The mirror also does it, yeah, because we haven't seen whether or not that hookshot cave entrance is accessible only through Dark Shopping Mall or by mirroring back on the top of the pyramid.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
And that is the big key to Desert Palace. Okay.
Whoa.
Now we don't have a fire source, but that does influence our runners possibly to go clean up the rest of Desert. We have 2 checks on the right side and 1 check on the left side now that we can take care of.
My goodness. So that is a spike cave at Eastern for the cane that Orange is missing, and tile room following up on that cane for the absolutely required Desert Big.
Yeah, and that's the other 5-6, so they're yet to be seen just how important it is, but we do know that it is important. We need it to finish the game regardless.
Yep.
It's also a check that you're not going to miss doing right side GT. Because you will always check the tile room in Crosskeys before you go to the rest of right side GT. It's just in logic sooner. Or with fewer items, I should say.
Alright, the sniper had a little bit of trouble with that bomb jump. It got its second try. That one's always nerve-wracking because it's a little bit costly with each failure. Oh gosh, he almost got knocked off there. That's so frustrating when that skeleton knocks you off and you have to do all the bonks to get back there.
But it's the first time I actually witnessed exactly where that Burner was. And that's missing a key to be put into logic also. So that might be one of the reasons Orange hasn't made his way over to Spike Cave yet, is the alarm bells won't ring until that last GT key pops up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty accessible for it. It's kind of just two single item caves clustered together, as the flute lets him get over there for the cape basically whenever he wants.
This might be desert for... Actually, it could be desert, it could be bottom of Dark Death Mountain.
Oh, I don't... yeah, Orange has never been over here.
That's right, this was out of...
It was
West
desert? Yeah, desert right. Or, sorry, desert left.
Which one is right? Okay, so this isn't in logic either.
Oh, my goodness.
So you're hoping that Orange doesn't find anything too compelling in here that would actually put him off the path a little more? Okay, there was nothing in here. Got it. So he's going to see that this is the connector that, you know, connections connect to connections that connect connections to other connections.
Yep. Imagine he'll probably have a nice laugh at the oh, so that's where that desert entrance led to.
Now he should feel incentivized to at least go back through it, because he does have the desert small key.
Oh.
In fact, both of our runners do, because I'm pretty sure that was just one of the checks we saw on the was on the library, right? I think he just got it. There's the Meyer Big. And that, well, hopefully that doesn't actually draw him into Meyer without going to Spike Cave first. Hey folks, as we approach this hour mark, make sure you give our runners tonight a follow. Jesse, Radical Sniper 99, and Orange Kupo, showing us how a couple of veterans run through a Crosskeys with a couple extra items to work with here. And I think this was your idea, Bell, bringing me into this.
Yep. I saw this on the schedule and said, "Hey, I wanna do comms for the mode I created. Let's who wants to join me?" And was very happy to have you join me.
I do love watching myself a good entrance randomizer race here and there. We do have the Crosskeys tournament that we look forward to every summer, and a couple other things going on. Of course, you got Casual Boots Crosskeys. Oh, he hadn't actually seen this Meyer entrance, so Orange is going to be seeing it and be out, because he knows no fire, no cane, no go.
Yeah, I think, where are fire sources?
I think this is going to be Orange going to Swamp.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's
like
it's a million miles out of logic, but
for the number of things you can do with the swamp, just being able to get there and take down a crystal that you know you need to collect anyway, it's not going to have what you're looking for to make it available. So no Thieves Small, no Mirror, unless the Thieves Small is, you know, the answer.
Yeah, it's
like have one or the other.
One or the other, yeah.
And also, it's just like it won't have any of his Go Mode items unless there's a bow hiding therein. But we also don't know the status of Pod or Eastern as prizes. Well, we know Pod is the green pendant. We don't know about Eastern yet.
Yeah, I think one thing I'd be keeping an eye out for on Sniper's Tide would be when he heads back to Thieves, because he did pick up that Thieves big key in Pod, and we know as soon as he does make his way back there, he'll get the mitts and flippers.
Well, the flippers are in Thieves. The mitts were on Moldorm and Hera.
Oh, you're right. That's right. Orange got them so close to each other that I gotta put those two memories together. But yeah, that's right.
How deep will Fire Rod or Mirror be? That is a good question. We know Fire Rod could very well be here in the Swamp Palace somewhere. And we also have the big key to Swamp, so you'd hate for it to be in the big chest, although we're pretty close to that logically anyway. Now, if Mirror's here, then we have to think that the Thieves Town small key is going to be somewhere. And the last thing you really want to worry about until you're getting down to that nitty-gritty, you don't want to think about the Thieves Town big chest. Not speaking from recency or anything. It's actually the situation we have here where Meyer says Bombo, so I last located Bombos in the Thieves Town big chest.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. For exactly this situation. And, that is... Well, that's not something you want to see.
Huh. Now... Okay, that's right. Both so both Sniper and Orange have kind of orphaned that big chest.
When's a good time to go back to the Ganon's Tower big chest if you've already gone full left?
Yeah, I guess it's like either right after Compass Room or last locate.
And one of our trackers is saying, when do you get a fire source? I mean, I get it, because then you'd want to at least think about... that also might have been an answer to a question in chat about whether you do Dark Mire. I still feel like if you get Fire Rod, you would still consider going to Vitreous in the Dark, but you do left side of Mire.
Yeah.
Although we don't really have the keys to make that logical yet either.
Yep. Now, Orange there demonstrated the free setup for left side bomb diver down of just getting one pixel off that dark strip at the bottom and then pressing all the way up against the left wall. I forget which setup that I used before that, but it was finicky and inconsistent, and then Orange was the one who taught me that nope, you can just press up against the wall and it's free. It's a nice demonstration there.
We're going to see a fake powder from Radical Sniper, it looks like, as he has drained his magic meter.
Yes. As I guess both of our runners today have decided to keep out to make this interesting by staying as out of logic as possible. I feel like when you're at least when I've been in similar situations in races I've done, at some point my mind just kind of stops thinking about logic. At some point I just give up and think, oh well, let's just go to where the items are now. Oh, there's the oh, there's another medallion, potentially the TR medallion.
Yeah, but we can't get to the TR entrance right now without a means of getting to the top of the mountain, which either asks for the game to spit us out somewhere up there, like floating island or something, or we get the mirror.
That would be interesting.
Thieves Town Small could very well just be right here on Argus. However, we don't know which way it is that puts us into logic. Is it the Thieves Town Small to get the flippers? Well, I mean, actually, the Thieves Small can't be here at all. Think about that. The flippers are blocked by the Thieves Small.
Right. Yes.
So no, Thieves Small can't be in Swamp. But Mirror could. If Thief Small is how the game intended you to get your hook shot. How about a bow on Argus?
Oh, okay.
So that could just be required for the GT climb. It could just be required for Eastern. We don't have the big key there yet. We already saw the Bowlock side of Pod. There wasn't anything doing there.
Have we found the Eastern entrance?
No, sir, we haven't.
Well,
Yeah,
hopefully we find Eastern Big before that point.
And we're still missing out on the climb for the moment, as we still don't have fire.
Yeah. I think everyone makes that mistake once of climbing without fire.
Better than climbing without any small keys.
Oh, yeah.
Another bottle. We have 3 of those.
Another mistake. Oh, but what were we saying earlier about lots of divergence from that Moon Pearl jackpot leading to convergence? As we get a little high five there.
We got little bits and pieces here and there that one runner's done that the other one hasn't. Desert Big Chest could very well have a fire source for all we know, and we are probably going to see that checked next by Radical Sniper.
Yep, that'll be very good for him if it is there. Because that was a cane-locked Desert Big, right? I forget. How was it cane-locked?
Was Meyer Big Chest? No, Meyer Big Chest was that really Meyer Big Chest for the Desert Big? Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Oh, okay.
That's
So
not blocked by
cane-locked,
anything.
but
It's actually available at the gate with the big key.
Yeah, just blocked by the big key.
Oh, it's tile room. That's why it's cane locked. Okay.
Oh, okay.
That makes a lot more sense.
I have remembered correctly.
Chat pointing out with 3 GT smalls, all but Moldorm 2 logically available. Technically incorrect. Rando room is still 4 keys. Map chest is still 4 keys. I don't know about compass room, but we still need a fire source to get there anyway. And hook is still out of logic, so no, GT's not in play just yet. And here's Sahasrarla. He could have a fire source. That's a ton of information. We have a pendant on Skull Woods. That is the last of our information. There's a castle tower key behind Saha, along with a big key to... I forget what that was already. It was the pod big key.
Yep.
And a book, so we can read now.
Always nice to get some literacy. Alright, Orange making his way over to the pod area that Sniper's also finding himself in. I think it'll be really interesting if the mirror is in this cluster of entrances. That would be excellent for Orange. Let him mirror right over to get that cane.
And I just want to point out that Jesse just picked up our 4th GT small, and so shall Orange here. So now there's the possibility of an item being behind Moldworm 2. Or I don't know if have we not allocated all of the what's left for drop downs? What do we not know?
Yeah, it could be one of the one-item drop-downs. All I know is that the Cackwell is at Lumberjack.
Right. Did we see Lumberjack itself? I know we saw Thieves Hideout.
Yeah.
There's the lamp and Spiral Cave, so all of your in the dark questions have been answered.
Okay.
So, Lana, one of our trackers, is saying it's we haven't seen Magic Bat, and what we refer to as the useless fairy. It's also the bad fairy, or whatever you want to call it. So we've seen We have Bat, seen Ganon.
Oh yeah, Lumberjack was a single arrow.
Right, so it's dead, actually. It would be the chest behind Moldorm 2 and not much else.
Yeah.
And just like that, we'll have a fire source for orange as well.
So this routing creates a really, really terrible orphan out of the whatever it's called, the light world bumper cave exit, the one you mirror to there. Is in order to, if the logic does require them to mirror there to get anything, then they'll need to make their way all the way back to Pod, all the way through Spiral Cave, go out there and mirror. That'll be a hard one to get back to.
And orange is going back to Ganon's tower. And the only thing orange could want to do in this Ganon's tower right now is go up.
Yep.
Well, all right, we got out of logic so many things.
I think what would be particularly unfortunate for orange here would be if the Desert Big blocks the Fire Rod. Because that Desert Big is in Tile Room, and really the only thing that'll be pulling orange in that direction would be the Fire Rod.
So, Desert Big it still blocks a crystal. The only thing Desert Big is blocking right now for orange is a Land Molest that he could fight anyway.
Yeah.
I'd be more worried about Fire Rod being somewhere else blocked by Kayn. Like, I'm trying to think of an obvious solution. Like, maybe Vitreous having the Fire Rod would be bad. Pod Boss can absolutely have... I mean, Fire Rod can be basically anywhere that's, you know, within the scope of logic of our runners. And Radical Sniper is going to give us Lambo now.
All right. So, keep a close eye on what the Landmo item is, because it might take orange quite a while to get there. And then on the other hand, with orange doing the climb, this will also be potentially take Sniper a long time to get there.
Yeah, where that bow is and the chain of stuff into stuff into stuff that has allowed orange to clear up all of Swamp Palace and get that bow on Argus and have that hook shot and have those flippers that are not in logic still, but nice to have things are nice to have. In fact, probably nicer to have them than to wish you had them. Especially in this circumstance where we have dueling Lambos on the screen.
How about
I'm just in the middle of thought and I'm mesmerized by it. Lambo 2 playing a little bit nicer for orange than Lambo 1 is playing for Radical Sniper here, even with the same sword and the same, basically the same equipment set.
Alright, and a crystal for Sniper.
And that will be his first crystal. Whereas orange has picked up... Well, yeah, his first, actually.
Yeah, I like how it's 3-2, but completely different crystals on... Oh, no, you're right, that was...
Yeah, that's
3 to 1.
That is Radical Sniper's first crystal, somehow. At this point, with all that we've done, that's only his first crystal.
Yep.
Question in chat, who wants Fire Rod on Ped? No racer ever said I want Fire Rod on Ped.
And also that cannot happen, because that would require the Skullwoods bomb jump, which is trivial, but not in logic. Not even in this weird new branch.
With the Skullwoods boss being a pendant in its prize, you cannot have the item that blocks that boss on the pedestal. That is a logically required Hera big key that itself is out of logic.
What? Oh my gosh.
Radical Sniper remembering that he would not touch this cave earlier, not having the moon pearl at the time when he discovered it, and of course there's nothing in it, because why would a check that you go back out of your way to make actually have progression? That's another pod small.
Why is orange? Oh,
Orange
he's death orbing. Okay.
orbing out of GT, because GT is in a pretty interesting spot. Surrounded by Wizrobes.
Yeah.
You almost never see that.
All right, here's Sniper going back in to finish up Meyer here, because he can full clear it.
Well, we've got a bow, a hammer, and an extra key, so we're going to Helmasaur. And then Orange can decide what he wants to do with this last key. We already saw that Harmless Hellway didn't have going on.
Yeah, Orange is really just knocking down those crystal dungeons one by one. But it's like everything he's finding is drawing him further away from that cane.
Those of you who are music fans here in chat, hey, I'm talking about this one guy that I happen to be calling this race with might have approved your MSU at some point. You never know. But we do have two fantastic MSU lists. You're currently hearing the audio of Jesse, Radical Sniper. He's working with the Game Metal soundtrack, which also has a number of alternative tracks that you can use from their cover work that you can also listen to on YouTube. And I believe that was Gradius 3 we have from Orange.
That's correct. And
They're a fantastic, shall I say, tone-setting music choices.
oh yeah.
See what kind of scam Saha's running today. Well, first you have to go take the green pendant to him, which might be actually one of the reasons Orange is saying, well, I might as well get this pendant now since I know where I can take it when I'm done with it. This is hyper-aggressive, by the way. For the amount of things that we have off the table logically, so far off the table that the cat has taken it and thrown it from on the floor through the earth. And the vase is shattered into about 2,468 pieces. That's our logic chain right now. And that's the mirror in cutscene in Meyer. Oh my god.
Well.
Wow.
So
that
I guess Orange still hasn't done anything in Meyer, so with that lamp he'll be he'll probably be drawn to that mirror.
Oh, that's the well in play. Oh no.
Oh boy, so that's the other. That's
Castle
both
Tower
CP
small on Helma. Way out of
Okay.
logic. Needs 2 more keys and a logic for the bow and logic for the. Ugh. That multi-world tournament that's going on elsewhere that doesn't have a restream agreement with anybody. There are some friends of mine in that tournament. They are calling themselves Team Aleve, and as of this seed, I am officially a member of Team Headache.
Yeah, no, I wondered to what extent this is just confirmation bias, but we did mention earlier that that this branch of the randomizer is capable of some slightly more complex logical situations that can't occur, and I wonder is it just our imagination that these seeds seem to have some interesting complex logic chains. I wonder if that's going to be a noticeable difference, like a long-term trend that people first get a sense for here, and then potentially get a better look at in V32, or if it's just a really trivial difference.
Oh my god,
Whoa.
That's a Meyer Small blocked by the Castle Small. Blocked. That's wait.
Okay, so
Hold on, the
first Castle Small.
So I don't remember where the first CT Small was. The second one's on Helma. There's a Pod Small on Vidi. There's a Meyer Small behind the CT Small on Helma. I'm sorry? Hold on. Did I say that right? Do I have... This is like a small key bonanza There's a cat's cradle going on in my head. That would mean we have another pod small in GT. We in the last chest of GT, I think, is where we saw Orange pick that up.
Yeah, I know we've because a whole lot of people are using the Dorando code base now in a way that it's never been used before. I think early in this tournament or early in the casual but the Crosskeys tournament, we found some bugs in the in the code base, and trying to unravel those bugs, always trying to unravel the key logic behind complex situations like this always leaves you feeling a little bit in Pepe Sylvia mode, where you're just strings on bulletin boards.
Are you sure? I feel like I'm the rocking part of a rocking horse right now.
Oh, but
just trying to find my rhythm.
Here is Sniper taking the other end, or the other path to Hookshot Cave.
Yeah,
so yeah, I think you predicted that, right? You said, but we could get there with the mirror, and that's exactly what Sniper did.
So this is unfortunately not going to lead to much information for Radical Sniper, as it does put him out over here in the dark shopping mall. He can mirror back if he's got somewhere he wants to be through that desert connector. I'm not sure where you'd want to go.
Probably like right back to a Swampful clear.
Maybe. Well, he doesn't have the flippers. That's why he didn't do it just now.
Oh, you're right.
Because this is the first time he's been up there. He's just seen Swamp, but the flippers are in Thieves Town. He hasn't been back.
Where is Thieves?
Thieves was in Village of Outcasts, wasn't it? No, the Thieves is in Kakariko. It's the right of the Elder's House connector. Yeah.
Yeah, I remembered it was early.
So the first things he walked into.
That's right.
We are going to see... Oh, actually, this gives us the rest of the top of the mountain to play with.
Oh, yeah. Let's see if he picks up the... Has Sniper already been back to the... I want to say there was a 2-item cave in the southwest Dark Death Mountain.
Yeah, he went back to it, and it had a compass and 10 arrows.
Okay.
So this is him going to the top of the mountain proper, which will give us a little bit of information we couldn't get previously. Like, what's the item up here? Oh, just another one of those little small key things.
Yeah, I feel like between our two runners, that there's been so much broad coverage of different areas of the seed that we ought to be approaching no mode shortly. What else do we need?
What do we need for no? We need an Eastern Big. We haven't seen Eastern Palace entrance yet either.
Oh, Fire Rod.
We need Fire Rod or Bombos for ice. We need Fire Rod for TR. And here's the well, and Lana Bean thinks we're going to see at least a Meyer Small in the well. Well, there's... Oh, jeez.
Okay.
That is nothing. Earlier in logic than the bow on Argus. That's a Skullwood Small. And I mean, it's silvers.
Yep. But that's got to be kind of frustrating for Orange, because he's now done both climbs, and I think the only thing that it led to was the Hera Big Key.
Well, it's led to a bow.
Yeah, bow and Hera Big Key, if I remember correctly.
And that Hera Big Key is a big key he's probably not going to go chase anytime soon. Speaking of Hera, here's Radical Sniper. We're going to see... We do have the Hera Small Key, so we might see Jesse go back down to the basement after Moldorm. Especially having the mirror. I mean, it's a little bit of a scene to wait out, but it's also a check that you can easily get out of instead of doing it early game with no way to Death Warp, really.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Orange is going to pick up his mirror here.
His very out of logic mirror.
Yeah.
Now,
And
unfortunately for Orange, still no Kane, so no Vitreous fight. But again, Vitreous only gives us a pod small. We don't necessarily need that.
yeah, I guess that's actually quite fortunate for Orange. It'll be very unlikely that he'll make his way back here.
Yeah, the question is whether or not. Well, he has to know it's a pendant. There's a big old P on the top left corner of his screen. That's, sometimes you have so much going through your mind that you just kind of tune out certain parts of the HUD. No, seriously, like you might not even see that you have a compass count telling you missed a check and just not think about it.
Oh, absolutely. I find that compass count can be misleading, like especially in GT. If I skip the torch item and then later on I'm looking at 24 out of 25 or whatever the number is, like that can't be right. That's caught me before.
You're in GT and you're like, all right, did I not pick up an item on the torch or did I skip a chest somewhere?
And now here's Sniper picking up the mitts and flippers that Orange got earlier, just in the opposite order. Is this Mega Man? Is it? Wait.
This is a Wario game of some kind. I'm trying to remember which one it is.
Wait, Wario?
Yes.
Huh.
Moment. I'm going to actually figure this out for you because I've looked up the source material. It's a great cover, honestly.
Yeah. Oh, this whole pack is fantastic.
It's Allergia Gardens from Wario Master of Disguise.
Huh. I have never even heard of that game, but it's a cool song.
Yeah, no Hera Basement from Jesse. Interesting. Oh no. Was that an intentional mirror?
Right.
I guess we're done in Hera. Not Hera. Meyer for now.
Yeah,
no, there's
doesn't
flippers
look like
for
it.
Jesse. Yeah, Orange is probably like, why did I do that? It doesn't actually hurt him because there's nothing else to do at Meyer.
Yeah, I think he orphaned the bridge chest there, but
which, if I recall correctly, was only maybe a piece.
Yeah, I don't think it was anything important. He got the grand prize that was there. The mirror.
A lifetime supply of randomizer seats? Just visit your local Saha bot. They grow on trees.
Yeah, now, if only it was that mirror from that 2017 Wizrobe ROM hack with the two-way mirror. It's fun times.
We are going to see the unconventional Desert Palace entrance check here, and we see that it's just more money.
Yeah, we got plenty of that.
Is that a Willy Wonka reference in chat? Telling the computer what it could do with a lifetime supply of chocolate?
Alright, so in spite of all the divergence so far, that fire rod remains elusive. Ruby, got any guesses on where that fire rod's hiding?
Something's got to give here at some point, and I think we've got an Eastern Palace hiding our fire rod somewhere. And I would not be surprised to see a double dip Eastern in that case.
Yeah, I'll put my bet at Pyramid Fairy, at whatever's hiding behind the Pyramid Fairy entrance. Just because that's always fun.
Forget logic. Fire rod on Trinex. No logic has double rods for a reason for that sort of thing. We do have this Ether tab. We also have Bombos tab. We can read Pedestal if we really want.
Yep, Smith Chain got a lot left to go. ALTTP GPT. Yeah, I
And
know
so-
there was talk a long time ago about AI and what it would look like to make an AI that to run a randomizer seed. Don't think there's been much work towards that though.
Chat did also ask, how would one view and speak of this game after a lifelong supply of randomizer seeds? I feel like their entire vernacular would probably be replaced with one of 216 check locations in multiple different languages, including the programming bulls. And good luck translating that. So here comes Swamp Palace for Radical Sniper.
Yep. Armed with those flippers. Given that he's still quite a ways from go mode, I would be surprised if this wasn't a full clear.
You learn how to mimic clip IRL. Ooh. Or, you just learn how to fall up mountains if you learned how to play glitches a lot. There's Eastern Palace at TR.
Oh, I didn't see. Oh, so that was Quake, and
Yep.
I don't think the Quake was too out of the way.
I want to
for
say it was
Orange.
here in Swamp.
Yeah, that sounds right. Like waterfall chest or something, or one of the two flooded chests in the back.
Maybe. Imagine if every single randomizer seed that you play is a part of a 216,000 piece jigsaw puzzle. And the grand majority of those are Crosskeys seeds.
Just one asynchronous multi-world
Oh no.
that you do all by yourself with 1,000 Link to the Past seeds.
Good luck keeping all that straight. Didn't we used to have like a maximum multi-world thing back when it was on the main Discord?
Oh, of like 255, something like that. Yeah.
Something like that. I used to opt in for those. That was kind of cool, especially the mystery mode ones.
Yeah.
Those were the days. Things have gotten a lot more complex since. As you can see, as we're playing, Crosskeys with boots and a sword to start with. I mean.
Yep.
So far, nothing in Eastern. There is one more check that Orange can do right here in the big key chest. If this is the big key, I will cry.
Oh yeah.
Vanilla big key and Crosskeys is it is a game ender for some people.
Although when Eastern Palace is this deep into logic, I think even runners that really don't like going in Eastern, don't like dipping Eastern. Like when you're an hour and a half into the seed.
Oh my god, it's Rule of Fire lamp blocking Bombos. Bombos now opening Mire and also giving us a means to get into Ice Palace.
Have we found the Ice Palace entrance?
We have indeed. I believe it's just in Kakariko.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Lana or Lady Laura Linda, either of you remember where Ice Palace happened to be? Ooh, that's a connection we haven't seen yet. Sometimes when you do commentary for an entrance seed... Oh, is this the first time we've seen Paradox Cave All Seed?
Pretty sure it is. And yep. There's no
sure
way
is.
that yeah, there's no way that if we had seen it earlier that wall would have remained unbombed this late.
Well, let's see here.
All right, is Fire Rod here?
Probably
Or
not,
does,
no.
does the search continue?
If I want to put a troll item here, I mean,
Oh, okay.
just stand up and take a bow right now, right?
Yep. Those would have been. Oof, those would have been pretty. Hey, I remembered the
Well,
TR medallion correctly.
convenience. So now we can pick up this small key and see if this Nope, does absolutely nothing.
Yeah, those would have been quite late boots if they weren't in the starting inventory.
So I believe this is orange now going directly. I'm going to imagine he's going to Ice Palace here.
Yeah. I wonder if I messed something up in the YAML. Like, I wonder if there's another way to add something to the start inventory and also remove it from the item pool.
Yeah, I'm sure you have the right connections to talk to people to figure that out.
Yeah.
I kind of
leave that for the experts to figure out.
You know, your name is only on the credits, sir.
leave that for the experts to figure out.
Alright, so this will give Radical Sniper his first bow. The other one, of course, is in the well. Now, I don't know if we see that anytime soon or not. Does that mean there's a fifth sword? I mean, if there is, it's probably 20 rupees.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it doesn't, because I'm pretty sure it just works like the Assured Sword normally does.
It just removes a sword from the item pool?
Yeah, in fact, I'm certain of it. Yeah, I just did this with setting Assured Sword and not a sword in the starting inventory. I imagine that if you tried doing Assured Sword by sword in the start inventory instead of the special Assured Sword mode, then maybe it would work that way. But,
I was about to ask why orange isn't ice breaking, and then you see he still doesn't have the Cane of Samaria.
Yep, he still has those.
At this point, that Cane is probably going to be his go mode.
Yeah, he still has those two item caves, one in by that fairy cave in Flute 5 and the other at Eastern. Both have been in logic for him for a while, that being Mimic Cave and Spike Cave, respectively. Spike Cave has that cane.
Spike Cave does have that cane, and that cane, that other cane that we've seen him pick up in the GT map chest, also puts that Spike Cave play into logic.
Yep. Nice first try bomb jump.
I did not see what's at this King's Tomb. Oh, it's the Fairy Ascension. So, yeah, that's up top on the mountain here. So I would imagine that we see Radical Sniper probably popping into Eastern, same as we saw Orange do.
Oh, yeah.
What puts Berna not in logic? Do we have something blocking a GT key?
Probably.
Hook
Probably
and Mirror
that.
is still not in logic.
Yeah, it's probably all like bottlenecked behind that Thieves Small, which is just in some weird cane lock location somewhere.
It just doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Notice Thieves Small doesn't exist.
Maybe Smith's Chain.
That's a curse word, sir.
Because, well, except the mitts might not be in logic. Maybe, I don't know.
Cat asking where the Cane of Samaria was. It is sitting at the Eastern Palace entrance, masquerading is the cape that would otherwise be found in Spike Cave. Wait, that's backwards. The Cane of Burna would be in Spike Cave. Which is funny because in this particular instance, Orange will need to use either the cape or the Cane of Burna to get it.
That's interesting. Sniper just decided to dip Eastern and walk away. Says no. Oh, he's checking.
He's seen Paradox.
I didn't realize
he's a little more interested in this first, just in case the big key is here.
Oh yeah. I didn't realize he hadn't cleared this out first. That makes sense then.
I'm just waiting for triple rule of fire to pop up here. You have lamp leading to bombos, leading to fire rod, leading to go mode something.
And the freest bomb jump in the game.
He was
a little early
was
on
still
that.
socketed
Okay.
in the wall. Aw. That's a nope. What's going to be the Ice Palace Big Chest? It's our next port of call here.
Oh, race
nothing.
game.
you'd really rather see the race game exit knowing there's nothing on race game than mirror back would be like, I've already been here.
Oh yeah.
That would explain why Orange didn't go out the top.
Yep. Small key to ice balls. How many small keys are runners still looking for at this point?
I mean, to put the mirror in logic, we are looking for another Meyer Small. To put the Castle Tower 2 on Helma in logic, we need another Pod Small. We haven't seen that one yet. I don't think we're actually necessarily requiring any more small keys.
Oh, Sniper is still looking for those Castle Tower Smalls.
Right, he doesn't know where those are if he wants to hit the well. We don't know if he wants to hit the well yet.
Yeah, it'll be good for Orange if he does, because as we know, that led to nothing but silvers. That could close the gap somewhat, if there even is a gap. It's hard to say at this point, really.
I mean, it's still too early to know for sure what's going on. This will be the Hera big chest check for Orange, because he's, of course, wonder if he remembers that he has the basement he can do, too, because he's bumped that door. Have we seen Hera basement yet?
I don't know.
We're getting a nope from our trackers, so I'm going to say no. No, we have not. You know, that could just be it. Could be Fire Rod and Hera basement. Alright, Orange is going to check Hera basement. Thank you, sir.
Hey, if it is in the basement, then that would be the fire leading to fire that you were mentioning earlier. Here's that Mario Galaxy music that everyone knows and loves. Very iconic tune. And yep, chat's asking about the GT Big Chest, and yes, both runners have orphaned the GT Big Chest.
And sitting down here in the basement of Tower of Hera is some explosions.
Just some bombs.
Alright, GT Big Chest. One or two checks in. Well, this is Pod for Orange. He's already done everything except for the Pod Big Chest, the Harmless Hellway, which we know is a Meyer Small, and the Big Key Chest, which he's going to do right now.
Nice that he could clean all this up in just 2 trips. Sometimes you'll find yourself making 3 or even more trips into Pod in the same seed. I don't know what this track is from, but it reminds me of Xenoblade Chronicles music. I don't think that's it, but that's what it reminds me of.
You're a little more up on the modern gaming scene than I am, so I couldn't say that it catches my ear in any sort of way. Alright, so Orange is going to find his second Meyer Small. We still don't know what puts that mirror into logic. Because this small itself also is not in logic. For Orange. I don't think the last small key is... Oh my gosh. And we'll get the Yol Hammer Yump one more time here. Nothing. It's not Palace of Darkness.
Alright, where's Orange off to next?
Ouroboros key sanity mode. All keys lock all other keys. You have to find a way to break the cycle. I dislike the sound of this.
I mean, that sounds very similar to one of the no logic variants. That's called no logic key lock. Wait, what was that on Green Pendant?
That was just more explosions.
Oh boy.
We have we have Bombos tab. We have.
Yeah. I feel like all the terrible orphans have just led to bombs.
Have we seen this yet from anybody? So that's a connector. We've seen.
Yes.
We've seen that walked out of.
Right.
But have we been to Zora?
Yeah, I think we saw one or both runners peek out of that connector. Yeah, you can't. If I remember correctly, you can't set up any fake flipper there. So yeah, this might be our first. Might be our first Zora check.
I think that's our first, our last Meyer Small probably sitting on that Zora ledge there.
Good. We can stop thinking about Meyer Smalls.
I'll just be powder, even though we've already seen fake powder. It's a key. Oh no!
Yeah.
There's a Thief's Small key on Zora.
Oh god, put it back.
Oh, hey, just like that, the entire seed is in logic.
Yeah, I guess between our two runners, yeah.
Oh my god, it's literally a double dip of Zora domain to get Thieves Small, to get Flippers, to get Meyer. I'm assuming that's probably Meyer 3, where the other two were, to get your mirror, which right now hasn't blocked anything outside of, you know, all of Eastern and Bombos for Ice Palace.
Wait. Because there were two small keys really close to each other. Was that the Thieves was on Zora, and what was on Zora Ledge?
Thieves is on Zora. Meyer is on Zora Ledge.
Woof. Okay. Yeah. So I guess the logic required you to walk without flippers to Zora. Yeah.
Yeah. You need to do the glove check to Zora.
Yep.
Oh. We're talking about that right before we found the Moon Pearl, just about 80 minutes ago. By the way, this is Orange picking up his cane.
Yep. That will open up quite a lot. It'll be interesting to see where does he take that.
No, actually, we've seen opposite Pod 6 checks from both runners, right? One of them has a key, the other one doesn't have. Because one pod key was at the top of GT.
I guess so.
So that mirror is behind 6 pod key. That mirror is behind the GT climb.
Fun.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Would you like to try that again?
There's the cane.
It says fun. Okay. So Orange likely now to go to right side desert. We haven't seen main entrance TR yet, so Fire Rod could just be in compass check. Actually, we have 4 TRs. We have 4 TR smalls.
Yeah, that's some logic.
It's possible that we need to go out main TR for something.
Yeah.
So we're going to see Smith Chain here. Well, I mean, here you go. You can do. Is that exactly what Orange is going to do?
Yeah,
he hasn't checked these. He hasn't done. He hasn't done these 2 checks. I feel like you go the rest of the way if you're here.
Oh yeah, you definitely go out the front. Yeah, I guess it kind of orphans Crystal Roller, but even so,
why are you killing? You have 4. You have all 4 keys. You don't need all 4 keys.
Oh, Orange has much more important things on his mind to to be.
Like murdering pokies.
Yeah, to be rationing out TR smalls at this point.
Yeah, it's just like, get out of my way. I'm seeing red. So at least seeing red and not turning red. There's the old man breast. I don't remember us seeing it, but there it is. And this is our first look at the Chain Chomp check for Orange. Of course, Jesse picked that up a little while ago.
Oh, I guess.
That's where the other
Don't I
castle
get?
tower small was.
Yeah, I guess the thing that's making the thing that's probably making Sniper reluctant to head in this direction is, of course, the fact that it doesn't have the fire rod. So
Well, he's about to pick up his Thieves Small and be like, oh, the flippers are in logic now. Oh, isn't that funny?
now, do you think if you were running the seed and you picked up flippers, well, I guess Sniper picked up flippers not too long ago, but for Orange, he picked up his flippers ages ago. Do you think if that much time had gone by, would you remember? Would you put it together that Thieves Small put those flippers in logic?
Bell, you're asking me
I
if I'd have anything put together at this point in our race. We're almost 2 hours in, and there's the oh my
wait.
goodness.
Oh,
That
that was
at
so
Minute
you were required to
4
yeah,
key from anywhere to the front of TR to mirror back for Fire Rod and Mimic Cave. As
Yeah,
Graveyard
wow.
Ledge. Ouch.
No Amazon listening device. I wasn't talking to you.
Why not? Well, here's 2 more checks you can do right off the bat if you're Orange.
Oh, that is a fascinating and horrible fire rod location.
The phrase I would use for that is vile.
Yeah. I was gonna say beautiful, but vile is
Don't.
is
Okay, that's
also correct.
oh my goodness.
All right, it's all falling together.
So we still have this entrance over here that could still be something. I don't think there's anything left, but it's a shot.
Yeah, so Orange still needs TR Big. I mean, both of our runners need TR Big. We're now in TR Big from no mode. Orange hasn't done anything on right side GT, including Tile Room, and that's pretty good density for him at this point. So wouldn't be surprised to see him head over there.
And I feel like he'll have the recency of I just picked up the Cane of Samaria. I need to make this check because anyone else could have made it an hour ago, and find his Desert Big sitting in Tile Room.
Yep. Yeah, that fire rod is pretty much exactly what he needed to find to make the seed put neon flashing lights saying, "Oh, if you were thinking about Tile Room before, now the seed is kind of screaming it." Meanwhile, on Jesse's side, checking out these mire entrances we saw from Orange a little bit earlier. Yeah, I guess for a while I thought that it looked like Jesse was ahead. Because having that cane, he was able to get a lot of progression done. But now we know that that he's done everything in TR that he can, except for one chest and going out the front entrance. And that is exactly what he'll have to do. Another bottle. All right, what do you think is going to be here, Ruby? Is it you think we'll have TR Big in kind of on the critical path here, or will it elude our runners a little bit longer?
I'm feeling TR Big's probably either Big Chest of GT or somewhere in Compass Room. And I feel like if we get any key item in here at all, it's probably the shovel. Because, why would you want the shovel at this point? Like, game, don't make me go look at it.
Yeah, and we're still sub 2 hours here. That's one thing I've definitely noticed running this mode is things tend to uh, I would say be faster on average, although it can still throw. And I wonder. No, that sounds like a lot of work. I was going to say, I wonder if anyone has categorized all the tournament races that have been done in this mode so far to see like which was the fastest, which was the slowest, that kind of thing. But with 100 runners in double elimination, that's a lot of matches to go through.
I mean, you should have a match result somewhere, right? Just need someone to parse that information.
I think it's all just in race time, and like in challenge only cares about win or lose.
Right.
So,
I mean, that'd be hard to batch the race time stuff.
Yeah. Just basically go through each runner's race time history.
So Orange, having cleaned up Eastern Palace, I believe this is going in the direction of Skullwoods.
Ooh, and this is kind of fortunate for Jesse because he will probably not be getting that second Castle Tower Small, then doing the climb. Although, wait a minute, wasn't the Castle Tower Small like right here?
The Castle Tower Small is on Helmasaur.
Yeah. So, what do you think? Do you think he'll get that second small and then immediately turn around and do the Aga Tower climb?
Let me just spin this around at you. Wouldn't you?
Oh, I totally would. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like at this point, 2 hours in, the well is behind the second Castle Tower Small. You don't know where the last key is, but you have to assume it's available out there somewhere. You've gotten everything else to clean up this dungeon.
Yep.
There's
a million items there.
Oh, the TR Smalls, the TR Big's on pedestal.
All right. Okay. So that's no mode.
It's no mode for us. It is not no mode for Orange, and it might be some time yet before Jesse goes to read that. So functionally, this is an all dungeon seed.
Yeah.
The only thing the only boss you don't necessarily have to fight is Aga 2. Because wasn't there a key? There was a Skull Woods key logically in the well, was there not?
Oh yeah. So logically, I think you're right. Well, because also the Hera Big was on the climb and the Premolum chest.
So yeah, this is a logical all dungeon seed, pretty much. Like you've got to do everything except Aga 2. Oh no. Hey guys, as we approach the 2 hour mark, make sure you follow our runners. Because this is a labor of love that they put on for us here and will continue to for the next half an hour, I'm sure. But also because, honestly, you gotta have people willing to put themselves out there to have a show, and you gotta have the chat out there with the demand for a show. And you gotta have the people out there to help put on the show, too. That's the volunteers. That's my friend Belle and Lady Laura Linda, Lana Bean. Also, fantastic player herself, Lana Bean. Make sure you give everyone a good old look-see, a follow, and some love here and there. Chat asking, where is Eastern Palace Big? That was it was the front of TR. It was a roller room. I think it's the left
roller
check.
room. Yeah, roller room. Yep. Yeah, which fortunately, like, there's no way you don't just go right back in and do those checks after getting that fire rod.
Alright, so Orange is looking for Desert Big Key, but he knows where his TR Big Key is.
Here we go.
So he is going to clean up these remaining 5 checks, looking for exactly, 6 checks actually, if he wants to go down to the big chest. Looking for exactly the Desert Big.
And now, do you think, does he do tile room first, or
No,
nope?
there's
Chase
no
the
way.
density.
You get the fire rod this recent, you have to chase the density.
We know there's nothing here, but...
Yeah, but we don't know what's here. So yeah, you could get Shovel in the GT Big Chest.
Oh yeah, yeah.
and not come back to do tile room, and that would actually hurt.
Yep, that would be a catastrophe.
Now, we still
And
need to go back
not.
and defeat Vidi.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah. We
there's
were.
the shovel, see?
You
Running out of
called it.
places for it, so it had to show up eventually.
Why is? Oh, the big chest.
Yeah, that is the only reason he's still here.
Yeah.
He would have mirrored out and probably left, actually.
Oh, this is a little scary. Like, it's not impossible to imagine Orange bailing instead of checking tower room here. Like, he's what, one item from go.
Yeah, he needs Desert Big Key is his go mode right now, and it's sitting in tile room. Now, I'll point something out that might have actually had a back-of-the-mind consequence here for Orange, as he mirrors out and... Oh, he's going for it, but
All right.
yeah, there is that situation. Knowing that he has to go back to finish Vitreous. He did prematurely mirror out of Mire earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So that's some nerves of steel for Orange to remember to come back here and just get this last check. And he will be handsomely rewarded for doing so.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be a great relief. Because I imagine if I was in Orange's situation here, I would be kind of panicking about that Mire Bridge chest at this point.
Sometimes it's just important to keep yourself just calm as things are going horribly awry.
Because he's getting pretty close to a full clear at this point, right?
Yeah, there's almost nothing left, really.
I guess Thieves' big chest.
Oh, Thieves' big doesn't exist. There's the Desert Big Key. That is knowledge of go mode for Orange. It is not physically having go mode, but all he needs to do to get that is flute to 4 and run to Vitreous, and then run to Pedestal.
Yeah. Did Orange kill Moth already?
Yes.
Okay.
It's not marked on the tracker, but yeah, he did do a heckin' murder on the Moth. You know, with Gold Sword, Half Magic Fire Rod, Mothula doesn't stand a chance. Pat asking, did Orange do Zora? Both runners did. That's actually the logic piece we were missing this entire time. Zora had the Thieves Small. Which is... It's vanilla with extra steps, actually. It's because the Thieves Small directly leads to the Flippers.
Yep. It's one step removed from vanilla.
It might as well just be vanilla.
Yep. Chat's asking me, am I glad that I'm not running the seed? No. I created this mode. I really, really like this mode, and the fun of Crosskeys is like the thing I love about Crosskeys is all the wild, convoluted logical scenarios like the one we see here that it can create. And the thing that I don't love so much about Crosskeys is I'm easily exhausted. I don't have the been playing this game since 2017. Don't have the endurance I did back then. So in this mode tends to be a little bit faster. So yeah, I'm sure I would be scratching my head, but happy in the end with the seed.
So Radical Sniper is done with Castle Tower. I think we'll probably see him flute to 8. Immediately go check out what's in the well. Be like, Silvers? That's not a great prize. Actually, where is he going?
Has he not done... That's a good question.
I thought so. That's why I asked. Did he not do this check? Oh, this was Saha at Screen Pendant Turn-In.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that makes perfect sense. Now you go back to Flute 8 and up to
yeah,
the
because
tree.
he could just mirror and... Actually, I wonder if it's faster to jump off and... Probably jump and swim.
Is it faster to swim from here? I feel like the Flute's faster, because this is a number of little motions to swim, and you could just dash up right to that whirlpool from the Flute point.
Yeah. Even if this is a little slower, it's a neat little route.
Good to remember that you have something like the green pendant turn in to take care of.
Yeah, yeah. Nice little link up. Oh, come on, Orange. You're not even going to check the bridge chest? You're not even the tiniest bit curious? I wonder if he hookshots over
He
to it.
doesn't need it. He's like, why would I pick that up? I don't need that. This is coming from the guy, it's his tournament. And it's an interesting mode to try to play, especially if you've played a lot of traditional cross keys, and the logical changes between running on the doors branch and starting with boots, actually giving you some more entrances and some free resources to work with. Makes this kind of a fun experimental way to play. But also, the guy will tell you that he has never rolled a seed that he didn't enjoy, so... no matter how cursed it is.
There is something beautiful to be found in the randomness in every seed.
So I have to wonder now, with the knowledge of other things that we have done, does Jesse go? Where does Jesse go from here? You got the hammer.
Oh.
We're going back to GT, so I feel like this is the climb now.
Yep.
He might break right side. No, he's just cycling to the bow. Okay.
Yeah, right side break would be kind of surprising from Jesse here, considering he's still missing the fire rod.
In a way, yes, but you're also still missing 2 big keys.
Yeah.
It's like you get one of the big keys. It's like, okay, that's one less thing I have to worry about after finding the fire rod.
Yeah.
All right, that is pedestal pull mode for Orange, which means all he has left to do is run to Laser Bridge, which I believe was also in Kakariko. Give Trinex a bonk on the head, and we're off to the Sanctuary to drop into Ganon.
Ooh, fantastic gauntlet music. I can't talk over the music, it's too good. Do your job, you're on comms. No, this music is fantastic. But I will talk as Orange approaches Ped for his go mode. You're big.
Oh, they didn't have a good track for this. That's sad.
There we go. Well. Restreamer helping us out by switching over from the distracting music. But yes, now that Orange it's likely to be a pretty sizable lead at this point. Switching over to his audio. So the rest of the seed is pretty straightforward for Orange at this point. Ruby, how do you think this? How do you think the rest of this looks for Jesse? Like, what's his route from here to the end look like?
I mean, at some point after the climb, he's going to have to get into the front of TR, because that is literally a hard gate for the fire rod, which also gates the Eastern Big right after it. So I think it's largely going to be the same as Orange, but he's got other things he had to clean up first.
Yeah.
And he's done pretty much everything that isn't read Pedestal and chase Orange around the rest of the world, so...
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what's the one thing we didn't see Orange do? Shovel. Because Go Mode on Tyler informed. Which we said that Desert Big was going to end up being his Go Mode. Guess what? It functionally was. Oh, when you fall down one time...
Oh, yeah.
And it just ruins your entire time. Doing this with just Lamp is not something everyone's used to.
Yeah, it always makes me nervous.
I've also had torches just kind of like glitch out and go out early when I lit another one, which, sometimes when the game does that, you don't even understand how it can do that. That can throw you for a loop. There's clips of that happening to me. Let's see here. That is our last crystal for Orange. And again, Ganon is at Sanctuary drop, so we're probably going to see a mirror and a flute of 2.
There's that hair big.
So no one has finished in the race time room yet. I'm obligated to say now because someone decided to put that out there in chat. You can't just leave us in suspense a little longer, Rossi.
Yep, I don't even have the race room up. I hide the tab so I can. So like even I don't know.
Honestly, when I'm here in the booth, it helps me kind of script what I want to say after the runner finishes.
Oh yeah,
But sometimes when there's nothing to go off of if you've got no one done yet. So
yeah, you start to look like right around the Ganon fight time.
They say no finishers, but chat has already won, and so has the seed, and so has the Doors branch tonight. It's won in our hearts.
It has created another beautiful mess.
This is honestly just cleaning up checks for Jesse. He's going to get this map out of the big chest of Hera. We already know that he's literally got just one linear finish to the seed. Honestly, I don't like seeds that just say, hey, go do this one thing in exactly this order, or you're screwed. No, it do be like that sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, this is beautiful. Look at this. That's a triple horizontal setup, but we are just a little short. But the fourth arrow goes in, and that'll do it.
All right. And this is the moment with anticipation as you see if you're getting sniped. But today, it looks like Orange did not get sniped. He is first in the race stream and first in the race room with an official time of 2 hours, 10 minutes, and 38 seconds. Big GG's to Orange, and looks like we'll be getting him up here shortly for an interview. What a seed.
What a seed, and a seed it will continue to be. And remember, there's 19 total players on this, so there's a lot of room for a lot of shuffling around in ranks that we won't even see. If you've got someone you know out there that's playing and you want to see a little comparison of minds between this VOD and or Radical Sniper on the screen right now, and that would be the perfect way to do it.
Yep. We're just having a little bit of connection troubles, so getting him in here shortly, hopefully. And here he is. Welcome to the booth, Orange and GG.
Uh-oh. He there and back again. A Moogle's Tale by Orange Kupo.
So, Orange, once you can hear us, go ahead and say hi. But in the meantime, we are still cheering on Radical Sniper as he is wrapping up the seed and eventually making his way to that really fascinating sequence going through the connector to the front of TR, which, gosh, how long has that connector been available to him? Ruby, do you think?
It really depends on when you get that fourth TR small and whether or not you realize it is the fourth TR small. Because the logic for Crosskeys, or entrance in general, Trinex, the lava chest, and anything going from the back to the front requires you to have all 4 keys so that you don't, accidentally open every door in the worst possible way. So This is a situation where the game is hard requiring you to go from the middle or the back of TR all the way out to the front to mirror for your fire rod to go back into TR to get your Eastern big, and that's still not the answer because your actual answer is sitting on the pedestal. So Orange had to do a little bit of technological maintenance. Are you here with us now, Orange?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes,
Hello.
I can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Yay, welcome, and GG.
GG.
GG's. How do you feel about this one?
How do you like this little mode that I created?
Anytime you get a Dark World Moon Pearl, you know you're in for a good time.
Yep. Oh, and a good time it was. So I guess the 2 biggest moments that I'm curious to hear your thoughts about are, I imagine you must have been kind of devastated by that cane and then elated by finding the fire rod soon after. How'd you feel about those two events?
So the cane, I was like, uh-oh. I was more worried about the mirror, though. But finding the cane when I did felt pretty bad, so... But at the very least, I knew I needed to dive TR right away. So I go ahead and do that. I still hadn't touched the middle, so that was a perfect excuse to go out the front. I find the fire rod soon after, and I'm immediately thinking right side GT, and I am 2 keys away from putting Ped into logic. Is it Ped?
And the big key sleeps again, flashes on your screen on the restream as you say that.
Yeah, and it looks like as we're speaking about that sequence, it looks like Jesse is finally making his way through that required sequence, heading towards the front of TR. So on the restream side, Orange, as you suspected, Jesse was quite a bit earlier to that cane. Gosh, Ruby, what do you think? Like maybe even close to an hour?
Jesse had that cane, I think, before the Moon Pearl, just as a result of not wanting to bunny walk out of that desert exit.
Right. And I imagine
it was
a
a
lot
Hyrule
of
Castle exit, wasn't it? I don't know. It was one of those.
Yeah, I imagine a lot of people on the restream, or a lot of people in the race room, may have fallen into a similar trap. Oh, because especially if you chase the cane towards the front of TR, and go through that sequence, but don't have the mirror yet, because the mirror was terrible too.
And the mirror is actually even harder to get to, and that's another instance of Rule of Fire, by the way, because the mirror is blocked by the lamp, and the fire rod's blocked by the mirror.
Yeah. So being so late to the cane here was actually like it. Orange, watching the two of you race, it seemed like being so late to the cane was pushing you further and further behind, and pushing you towards the GT climb, which didn't have anything actually required, and then the Agate Tower climb, which also didn't have anything actually required. And it seemed like you were getting pushed further and further away, but then nope. Turns out being late to the cane was seems like it may have been a pretty big time save here in the end.
I'm shocked.
Sometimes I think this really works out a lot. Randomizer has this way of just rewarding certain timing of checks. And you see it more amplified in modes like key sanity modes, like 80 keys, cross keys, anything where what's available to you can influence you whether or not you go to somewhere, or something that you're checking might be more enticing just because it's more dense than something else, or it makes more sense to get, the efficiency standpoint of something. Like, I can see very defensible arguments for never going back to Mimic Cave and Spike Cave until you're just running out of things to do. And of course, at that point, you're only locked by what Cane of Samaria is blocking. There's not a lot.
As far as I could tell, I was go -5 for like an hour.
Oh, there was this big old dry spell after all of the crazy back and forth divergence, convergence, divergence, convergence. And then, there's dungeon being cleared. There's key that we don't want that key. We don't want that item. That item's out of. We were probably like 5 or 6 items out of logic at one point.
Oh yeah, the logic was a nightmare to try to follow here, because that thieves, before you found that thieves small on Zora, there was this huge chain of items out of logic back, just piling up behind that small key. That was really hard to keep track of, even just as a viewer not playing the seed. So Orange, I'm curious to hear from you. How aware were you of which items you had out of logic, and especially the Thief Small and Mirror situation. Was that on your mind, or were you kind of just chasing the items on this one?
So, I'm going to make a confession. This was actually my first time playing this mode, and I knew going into it there was going to be some logic changes. So, I kind of approached the seed as kind of generally ignore small key logic. But there were a couple keys that were just kind of scratching the back of my mind. Like, part of the reason I took that GT bait was because I had all 4 keys, and I was like, as soon as I pull a fire source, I'm climbing. Or, let's see what else. I knew my hookshot was out of logic. I knew my flippers were out of logic. I knew my mirror was out of logic, and that one was a big what? I knew something big had to be in Mire because I had gone a very long time without progression and still hadn't dipped it. I just wasn't expecting it to be in that chest.
And with the Mire keys where they were too, there's no way you're thinking of going straight to that chest if you're in a little bit healthier of a situation. But there's also the part where you've got the lamp sitting in Spiral Cave, and that's blocking so much. And then you have, obviously, once you get into Mire, you got the mirror. Now, what's the mirror block? Obviously, it's got to block something, because there's nothing else to do.
Why is Jesse coming back? Oh, he hasn't checked PED.
He does not know that pedestal is the answer yet, but he is go minus effectively 1.
Yeah.
And no matter how you slice it, Jesse's actually go minus 1. He just does not know it's on ped, so he's going to do right side GT all the way down to big chest.
Yep. Totally makes sense.
Crazy seed.
Yeah, this one was definitely something. We never saw the shovel. I was legitimately afraid, and I know you were late to the cane, so there's no way you would have done this, that you would have ditched Tile Room to go check the shovel and then found something else to do.
Oh yeah, were you tempted?
No, I was committing to fully clearing out GT so that I'd never come back.
So what happened in Mire?
Oh yeah,
one minute you're
swap.
going to some of the fireless checks in Mire, the next minute you're sitting in front of the front door like, did that just happen?
All I can say is, oops.
Oh. Yeah, I figured that. I mean, I wasn't sure if you were just like, yeah, I'm done here. I have a mirror. I don't care. But I also didn't want to assume that it was one of those illustrious quick swap accidents that we've all had happen once or twice, sometimes once or twice in the same boss fight. I've might have made 3 runs to Vitreous once.
What happened? No, what happened was that mentally I was just switching to mirror for speed and forgetting that I was in a dungeon when trying to delete the block.
Oh, is that?
Oh.
No, that was a bona fide accident.
Because which block was that?
To do the bridge chest if you're
to get to the bridge? That's right.
If you were doing the I have a small key and a fire source route.
Been doing too much no logic cave state Mire. where you can mirror block. That's one of the nice things about cave state dungeons is you totally can mirror block delete.
By the way, I'm pretty sure that Radical Sniper is getting pretty close to last locating pedestal, which is, will be indicated by having a shot at this Mothula here. I think the only check he doesn't have yet is shovel.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine he would probably do a shovel check and then blind pull.
What's the other place that we haven't seen that could still be powder?
Probably Thieves Big.
Thieves Big Chest. I don't think we've seen TR Big Chest because obviously TR Big is the go mode on the seed.
Oh yeah.
So,
Orange, your collection rate is actually lower than I was expecting, because it seemed like you almost full cleared the seed. What, where are all those remaining checks?
Let's see. According to my tracker, I'm missing several in TR. I'm missing one in Meyer, one in Stoll Woods, one in Thiestown, one in Desert. And on my actual tracker, there's just a whole bunch of green scattered everywhere that's like impossible to route efficiently.
A lot of little orphans here and there.
oh, what could this key possibly be? Oh, Ice 2. That's the only other key we haven't seen.
Oh
Okay.
boy. Blind ped time?
I feel like he's kind of in. We'll also put a GG out there. Furious Magic in chat giving us the bruh. Because the seed was definitely one long bruh moment. Furious Magic finishing second in the race time room with a 2:18.43. GG's to him as well. We also have Late Bit behind that with a 2:22.27, and that is our top 3 right now. That's our podium.
Yeah, there's still what, 16? Yeah, one forfeit and 16 people still running. Orange. So the first really major kind of play of the game here, because you both were really close to each other for, I would say, maybe the first half hour of this. It was basically following in each other's footsteps, and then you found Desert. And Orange, I believe you went out the front first, and Jesse went out Desert left first, and that led to like a series of connectors that immediately during that first little connector exploration phase led you to that pearl. And I said, "Oh my goodness!" Especially in, it's almost becoming the meta in Bootstart Crosskeys to deprioritize, bunny walking, because you never want to do bunny walking, because if you get the moon pearl, then you could run with your boots. So what did you think about that moon pearl?
Sorry, we have this seed should be ashamed of itself. In text and chat by our 3rd place finisher. Why? This seed had everything, Late Bit.
Like almost literally everything.
So Radical Sniper will take down Trinex, and that's all she wrote. We're just gonna do the same thing. Mirror back, fly to 2, and call it good.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, I was muted this whole time.
Oh no.
Welcome back.
Look, anytime you get a Dark World Moon Pearl, you know you're in for a ride.
Oh, that's right. We already talked about that. That's right.
I think what really would have done it for me is where I was going to walk from. And Jesse did kind of, when he did find himself in a position where he kind of needed to bunny walk, he went straight to where Sick Kid was at Dark Chapel.
Yeah.
Even though it's very easy to just be like, oh, I can get back to this eventually later. Just walk over and do like Skullwoods checks or Village of Outcasts or even up to Dark Lumberjack even.
Yeah. Yeah, easy to put that off. So I'll bet this was one where... I'll bet this was the kind of seed where you could take any 2 people that ran this seed and like no 2 routes through the seed would be even remotely close to another. The way that Kane and Mirror and Fire Rod and Eastern Big all kind of stacked up.
Yeah, this is a very easy seed to just suddenly end up in like 220, 230 territory just because of how much is going on between the Moon Pearl location, the Kane location, the pedestal part of the seed, the bait at the top of Aga Tower, the logic chains upon logic chains here and there. So much to do.
Yep. And yet, the seed is a good demonstration of the fact that even this mode at close to its worst, yeah, we're still coming in. Both of our finishers under 2.5 hours.
But with that, we will give a GG to Radical Sniper, as he has dispatched the Big Pig, and will briefly be crossing this 1x3 bridge, where we can tell you that Radical Sniper has finished 6th place overall with a time of 2:29:17, just behind CS Tutor Incoherent, who just finished within the last minute as well.
Yeah, that's 3 within the same Ganon fight.
See, GG's for all of our participants tonight. Again, 19 went in, 1 forfeit, 6 finishers, which means we still have 11, 12 players still going. Wowie.
Yep.
And joining us here in the commentary is Radical Sniper. Jesse, GG.
GG and welcome. Can you hear us?
Sorry about that. I forgot to press unmute on my microphone.
Oh, no.
I mean, I think after that kind of seed, I'm not surprised that I'm half brain dead now.
Oh, God.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, first question. How'd you like that Moon Pearl location?
It's... If this was Crosskeys, I probably would like it more. But... I have come to the conclusion that for this mode, which I lovingly refer to as CrossFit, I can't bring myself to do bunny walking.
Yeah.
I find it to be such a waste of my time, and luckily at that moment I knew I didn't have a lot of great options. I think I had exhausted my light world and any decent connectors, so I was like, I gotta take the bunny walk. So I've had worse scenarios. I felt good that I got Kane when I did. This seed has probably a half dozen or more stumbling blocks.
Yep.
Kane, Pearl, all the stuff at the end there. I would not be shocked if most of the people who are starting to finish now are all full clears like me. Everybody else was probably in oops all dungeons like me, so
Yeah, and this kind of seed is very easy to do too, especially when it's and yeah, I feel like you had to have ascertained that pedestal was your last location for you to blind pull it like that.
I had one other.
Yeah, was it the Thieves' Big?
Thieves' Big Chest. Yeah, that one, and that kind of just knowing what the logic was for that one, that you were supposed to go to Zora before going into Thieves was kind of bad, knowing that your flippers were there. What's going to send you to go to Zora before having flippers? I don't see it. So
either lift upgrade.
I mean, logically either lift upgrade, but fundamentally, what makes me want to do something that silly? No.
Yeah. So Jesse, bringing you up to speed on how this went down between the two of you. Jesse, you were maybe close to an hour earlier to the Cane than Orange. But Orange was a lot earlier to the Moon Pearl than you. Orange picked up the Moon Pearl on his first trip through that connector chain leading up to it. And for a while, I swear my impression on who was in the lead on the seats swapped between the two of you 4 times. Because for a while, it seemed like Orange was getting pulled further and further away from the Cane, and pulled into the full Ganon's Tower clear, the climb for nothing, and the Aga Tower climb for nothing, and then the big twist right towards the end was, turns out that if you get drawn into TR, especially if you get drawn into TR with early Cane but no mirror, then you go out the front entrance, but you don't have the mirror, so you just hard orphan that fire rod. And I imagine that probably happened to a lot of the people that are still running.
I gotta say though, with that location, I don't know, that's one of those locations that I don't feel like you Like, what's going to prioritize you to go rush exiting the front of TR like that? That's such a hard one to... Like, I only did it because I was just like, you gave me 4 TR smalls. I've got almost nothing else. Let's just do this because I have no idea where else to go. Like, I know there's an item in the front of TR that I can get. Let's do this and see if we get lucky. And then you walk out on laser or on DDM bridge and you're like, really today?
Yeah.
And then
you
you
know,
get Parad and you're just like, oh no.
I do feel like the 4-key back to front of TR is just, it's an ouch.
It is.
It's probably one of the worst Crosskeys gotchas that are out there. Just because it's sneaky.
Yeah.
And if it's exactly what the game wants and there's no quarter for anything else, it can take you quite some time to come to the conclusion, hey, this is exactly what I need to do right now.
Exactly. And that's the thing, is that there's just so many, like, this seed had the gotchas. Like, this is a seed you give to somebody and just go have fun. And it's mean to do, but you're tempted to give it to your friends and be like, you like Crosskeys? Think again.
What if they come back and tell you they loved it?
Then they're just as screwed up in the head as I am to enjoy some of this.
Aren't we all, though? Aren't we all?
Yeah.
And yet he still finished in under 2.5 hours. That is
Yeah. No, that's the thing. Like, this was a fun race to do tonight. It's crazy the amount of gap that Orange put in front of everybody. Like, GG Orange.
Yeah, GG.
Whew. I'm gonna probably watch this back because that's a blistering time for some of the garbage in this one.
Oh yeah, this was a really fun race to watch. I think both of you will enjoy watching the VOD. This was a lot of fun. Really, like the whole middle, like maybe hour plus here between really the moment Orange found that Moon Pearl and the Moon Pearl and Kane Divergence, and then leading up to the reveal of the Fire Rod was. It really seemed like anyone's game the whole time there.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I see some of the nice ways this could go better, but like finding Paradox Cave and then Eastern at the same time, you're just like, I'll clear out Paradox and hope to find something, and then you're just like, I've got nothing. Oh, fine, I'll go into Eastern, and I felt so good getting Bombos, and it led to nothing. It's just like, it's a gut punch after gut punch on this one. You're just like, you think you found that thing that helps you and sends you on the right track, and then it just isn't.
Yep, lots of wild goose chases, and the collection rate really tells the story there.
And the thing is I think I skipped at least a half dozen more items that I saw. Like, I don't think I picked up almost any of the scoutables.
Yeah, actually, so you both started skipping Pieces of Heart early, so that's where a lot of these items are. When I ever comment on like a ladder seed or anything, when I say classic full clear, this is the kind of collection rate I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was honestly, with the divergent paths of just all this information flinging around from completely separate angles. This is a fun one to watch back, I would say. You can see how someone else did, the same stuff in a completely different order, and how it all just broke completely different as a result.
I mean, that's Crosskeys. I've always been of the standpoint that, like, I think when I was learning the mode, I was always like, I need to watch to see what different kind of stuff I can do. And now it's kind of just like, I know my style, and I know everybody's got their style, and I'll watch it back for fun to see what happened. But the majority of the time, it's like, I can't say that I would do what somebody else did. It's, I'm going to have my take on what's right, and somebody's got their take, and you hope that yours is the right one, and eventually maybe you'll get lucky or not. You'll full clear a seed, out collect your opponent by 30, and lose by 5 minutes. You know, all those things are possible.
Yeah, definitely the beauty of the mode, or what people love and hate about it is so often there's no right answer. There's just, you know, lots of coin flips, lots of gut feelings, lots of just chase one thing and hope for the best.
Lots
Exactly.
of disregarding the logic and wishing it didn't have to tell me that I need to go do something silly, like
Yep.
go to Zora for literally everything. Like I said at the midpoint of the seed, when we found the flippers and the hook shot and went into swamp and got the mirror, and I said, you know, I dare anybody out there to try to play one of these and stay in logic.
Mhm.
Have fun. It is borderline impossible.
Well, all right, GG again to you both. This was great, and really a great. I believe this is the first time that speed gaming has seen this mode. So a great demonstration of this mode, and thanks to you both for running. Any last comments before I let Ruby take us out?
Thanks for restreaming me tonight. It's been fun. And people watch more of these races. There's a whole tournament on that Krellbell put together, and it's fun. This mode is really a good time, even though it's makes me feel dumb in Crosskeys again for the first time in a while, just because of the dynamic key logic.
Just dumb but faster.
Yes.
So it's like having coffee in the morning.
Right.
No, seriously, give these two a follow. And Orange?
And I just wanted to say thank you for having me on Restream today. And GG with an SG special where people are going to get baited up both towers for nothing and pull Ped and have a Dark World Moon Pearl. Like, it had it all.
This seed had quite literally pretty much everything.
All right, well, I think that's it for us. Thanks again, everyone, and thanks to you, Ruby. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you, Krellbell, for one putting together what is literally a whirlwind of a mode for us and the entrance junkie out there, like, you know, the two players on the stream today, myself, yourself, and anybody else who likes themselves a little bit of Crosskeys or even just a little entrance and mystery. This is the kind of thing that, you know, the kind of chaos that you might live for on this sort of game. So, yeah, big shout outs again to our trackers tonight, Lady Laura Linda and Lana Bean. You might have seen either of them either tracking Crosskeys or, in the case of Lana, talking about or playing. She's also a player, so you can feel free to give them a follow. Give Krellbell a follow, and you know, give Speed Gaming and our volunteers in chat a lot of love. Without these two volunteering their screens for us tonight, we wouldn't have a show, and without Speed Gaming to put us on, I think we'd all be bored on this Wednesday evening. What do you say? But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure you give Speed Gaming and Speed Gaming 2 through 6 your follow for all your randomizer and speed running needs. We'll be back tomorrow with some more fun times. Until then, have a great day or night, depending on where you are.
Yep. Good night, everyone. Thanks.